On Monday. My name is Benny Ferguson. This is a consciousness ascending presentation. This is episode number 67 of Accelerating Your Journey. I channel the non-physical collective known as Abraham. I have been doing so for over a decade now, and we're excited to be here. We're excited, and this is a live channeling, by the way, with a discussion at the end via the chat area. But we're excited to be here. We're excited to be here. We're excited for the progression that has been made with this channel and the opportunity to be of support to humanity over these years, and it's continuing to expand, and we have been able to support members of your human community around the world in many different countries to this point, and we're looking forward to expanding even further in the coming months, the coming years. Good morning, friend. Good afternoon, friend, via this time. But yeah, again, we're excited to be here, not just to be of support. Our goal and our purpose is to help you to accelerate the process of growth and expansion, accelerate your learning of your inner creative process, the truth of you in source, that you might be able to live your life to the fullest, and at the same time be a beacon of light to all that you come in contact with, not with your words, not with your actions, but through your frequency, allowing those who are in position, because you don't push, you don't rush, you don't fight, you don't do any of those things. You just be. Your power is in your being. And thus that allows those who you come in contact with the opportunity, if they're ready, to tune up to you. And that doesn't mean that they're going to have some grand epiphany or begin to ask you questions or anything like that. It just means that they are affected by your frequency expression. And being affected by your frequency, hey Jamil, and being affected by your frequency expression, if they tune up even by a fraction, then that fraction of elevation a little bit higher in their own personal vibrational expression allows them to see their circumstance, to see their current condition, to see their current experience in their present moment from a different perspective. And that different perspective is what allows them the opportunity to think a little bit differently, to choose from a language standpoint a little bit differently, to choose from a behavior standpoint a little bit differently. And that can have a dramatic impact on their family, on their marriage, on their career perspectives and opportunities, on their business endeavors, and you may never see it. You may never have a clue at how your vibration affected the person you were standing next to in the store. You may never have a clue, because it's not really about them. Your journey is about you. It's a selfish journey. But the icing on the cake is how you will affect humanity just by being you in the highest. That's the power. That's also the misunderstanding. Just because you're on this spiritual path and you have made some headway in gaining a level of enlightenment that you can see that you are not the person that you were 6 months ago, a year ago, it doesn't mean that your purpose is to guide humanity. Your purpose may still be just to be an excellent guitarist, or an excellent chef, or excellent at customer service, or an excellent executive assistant. That still may be your purpose, because you are high in organization and keeping things clear. For individuals who are in leadership positions, that may be your purpose. You may be excellent at that, but your vibration, when it comes to everyone that you come in contact with, again, is icing on the cake. And our goal is to support you in accelerating the process of becoming that which is the most authentic, the most unique, the most beautiful, the most powerful self that you are, that exists right now. That's our goal. So, If you find value in this interaction, or any of the other ones that you find, if you check out the recording list, be sure to subscribe. Join the community. Look to the description for other ways that you can, for deeper ways that you can access our support. Again, become a part of the community so that you're alerted when there are opportunities, not just on this platform, but off platform for you. We also offer private sessions. We also have a powerful private community that has been active for 2 years now, in which our members are seeing dramatic results. Their growth and expansion is absolutely accelerated because of the close contact, not just with us, but with other community members, of which they are able to glean and grow from the experiences of others. And that, well, you have no idea. It's powerful. It's powerful. You have to be there. You have to be there to know. And one of the things that we are preparing to begin to offer is a 30-day trial for that, so that you can begin to know, because it's hard to describe. There's so many intangible things that are impacted and that are affected in the community. It's hard to describe, and therefore we're looking at offering a 30-day free trial so that you can experience the private community. Okay. Hello. Okay. So our topic today is holiness is a beautiful internal state. Holiness is a beautiful internal state. Access your truth. Accessing your truth is the beginning of excellence. Again, accessing your truth is the beginning of excellence. Holiness is a beautiful internal state. Let's get started. Conscious creators. You wield and have access to you so much potential, so much power as an individual, not as an individual being who is human, but as a pure piece and parcel of source, perfect at its center, perfect at its core, and thus you are. And you can access that perfection. You can access that excellence. So many say, and it's tied to religion and all of those things, nobody's perfect. And when it's stated, the manner in which it is stated is as a way to be free of the responsibility of behaviors, of actions, the unseen thoughts and feelings. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, so don't hold me to that standard. I'm definitely not holding myself to that standard. Nobody's perfect. And yet you are perfect. And the goal should be, and is, for those of you on this path of growth and expansion, for those of you who know you are on the journey of enlightenment, the goal is to rediscover that perfection in source. That's where you're going, if you didn't know. As you set intentions, your intentions are always in the highest, right? Think about alignment, think about energy. Your intentions, that which you actually really desire, always feels good, which means it's in a higher frequency than you're in right now. So if you're always setting intentions, then you're already always reaching for higher vibration, for higher frequency. And in higher vibration and higher frequency, consistently held over a period of time, the truths, the understanding, the perception, the interpretation of life events and yourself are revealed to you as a result of being in that higher frequency, as a result of those intentions, with a level of consistency. And simultaneously, while you're reaching for higher frequency through your next intention, you're coming in contact with the resistance, with the inner conflict that's born of lower vibration, born of fear that you have been conditioned to and accepted. You're becoming aware of that because you have to release in order to become as you move down this path. And so you're reaching for higher, you're attaining and trying to be more and more consistent at maintaining a higher state. You are releasing inner conflict to those intentions that you are inspired to. Not everyone is inspired to the same intentions, But as you set new intentions for yourself and you're beginning to climb toward those intentions metaphorically, the next step is to release conflict and resistance that you have internally to those intentions. And what you were doing throughout this whole process that you're engaged in over this lifetime on your plane of existence is returning to your perfection. Now, there's a faster way. There's a faster way to return to your perfection than to go intention by intention by intention by intention. Although that process will never stop, we suggest that you couple that with the understanding, the entertaining of the truth of you in source. Who am I? What is my truth in source? What are the dominant ideas that are true of source? We have identified those in your nature idea, where things, animals, plants, insects are pure. Human beings who are human can think. And they are the closest on this plane of existence to the ability to think and be conscious of themselves on your plane of existence, which is beautiful and excellent and powerful, which also makes the knowing of oneself difficult, because you can believe yourself to be unworthy and you can believe yourself to be worthy. So you see how it makes things difficult. You can believe yourself, which is the current level of conditioning at the moment. You can believe yourself not to be worthy. You can believe yourself to be invaluable, thus making it so for you as an individual. Invaluable, unworthy of what? Unworthy of anything that you desire, that you are inspired to. Thus, you're always in conflict with yourself. But now that you're aware, you're striving, playing, and practicing to move beyond these ideas. They're not your truth. Move beyond these ideas, returning to that part of you which is perfect now in source. So, again, like we said, we've identified those truths. They're in the private community. But beginning to identify with your truth in source. You can kind of jump the bridge per se, not the process, but begin to interact with that perfect part of you, the perfect state of being in which you are pure in the truths of source. And you can do this in your meditation just by asking your inner being to take you there for the experience. And you can do that. It's not a one-time thing. You have one pass to do it. No. Once you are aware that you can do it, you can entertain the truth of you in source, that pure, excellent, beautiful perfection anytime you want. Doing that is the same as quantum jumping, if you understand that idea. Quantum jumping, interacting with the you that has already achieved or accomplished your desire. What you find is that you's vibration, frequency, understanding of events and experiences is different from the you that you are now. And the more you interact in the vibration of that you that has already built the business, that has already created the excellent relationship, that has already created the excellent parent-child relationship, the more you interact in the frequency and the vibration of that being that is you, because the frequency and the vibration hold all of the information. It holds the states of being. The emotional states are there. The perspective and understanding of life events and happenings are there. The more you entertain that idea and the frequency and the vibrational state of that you, the more you become that you. So entertaining the you that is pure and perfect in source begins to give you the perspective of that truth that is you, that truth that is beyond the you that you are right now. And the more you entertain in that space, of course, it's a high frequency space. It's a high vibrational space. It's a space in which you know that you are capable, of which you know you have the capacity to create anything that you want, of which you know that all of the resources and things that you believe yourself to need or be absent of at the moment exist right now. And that you have access to all of them right now. And the more you entertain that truth, the more you build the muscle of belief and awareness, and the closer those things that you feel you are lacking in or absent of at the moment, they get closer and closer to you. Not because physically you are drawing closer to them, but because vibrationally there is less and less separation between you and them. Because there's no separation between you and anything in the truth of you and source. And you will begin to feel that and recognize that the more you entertain that idea. And the more you play with the truth of you and source, the more you find that holiness, holding yourself, seeing yourself as holy, as pure, as perfect, seeing yourself as sacred, is an excellent state of being. Because in that state of being, you're very, very close to gratitude and thankfulness. And in that state of being, guess what? There is no fear. There's no fear. And understand, in that state of being, the powers and understanding that you are not doing this for anyone else. It is not you seeing things outside of you as beautiful and as perfect and as whole to that hold you in that space as a dominant idea. It is you seeing and understanding that you are that holds you in that space as a dominant idea. You are that. You are that. And the more you begin to see yourself as that, think and imagine for a moment the feeling and how clean your vibration is, how clean your frequency is. Think about the purity of a rainbow, the purity of the red, of the orange, of the green, the purity of the colors. For a color to be fully itself, it has to be pure. It has to be clean from the surface all the way to its core. Well, when you're entertaining the truth of you in source and you're becoming that more and more, and you're seeing yourself as beautiful, you're seeing yourself as perfect, you're seeing yourself as sacred, you're seeing yourself as holy, then your frequency is cleaning up more and more and more. And with your understanding of alignment, alignment is alignment no matter how you get there. And that level of vibrational expression that you are now offering does what? It aligns you with experiences of like frequency. And as a parent, as a partner, in your jobs or careers, in your businesses, as you travel the world, that's the state of being you want to be in. Those are the frequencies you want to offer so that you meet those in every next present moment. Yes or no? And you're accomplishing that. You're accomplishing all these things simultaneously by interacting with the truth of you in source. Now, does it stop the play and practice of releasing the conflict that you come in contact with as you entertain this level of frequency, the state of being that is the truth of you in source? No, it does not. But it does accelerate the process because it gives you the exact framework that you're moving toward. It's not a mystery. This process, this journey of enlightenment that you're on, is not a mystery. Again, you can entertain the truth of you in source, which is where you're going, as a state of being in its totality. and the frequencies, the vibrational states that you are in when you are in that space, when you are being that. Once you know that that's where you're going, then you can immediately in your meditation begin to entertain that space. If it's the goal, let me quantum jump to there right now and begin to entertain that space as much and as often as I can, to feel how it feels, to begin to play in the knowledge that is there, the wisdom that is there, the understanding that is there. Again, does that immediately erase all of the conditioning that you have now within your mind and body? No, but it gives you a different perspective. It gives you the perspective that you are moving toward to hold up against that which you have within your mind and body now. And it gives you options. It gives you options. For the greater the degree of separation in frequency that you have between your lower vibrational conditioning and the higher vibrational states of being that you're moving toward, then you have options. And you begin to see them in your mind and body. This is what I used to do. This is how I used to feel in these moments. But now I'm able to choose differently because I have higher perspective. And I can see within my mind and body different choices. I can see that it's these words, these statements in this moment are higher frequency. I can see that saying nothing at this moment is the most high frequency option. So many of you don't understand that as you begin to elevate in vibrational expression and you begin to attain higher states of being, what happens on the inside and what you see, are able to see on the inside. As your awareness expands, you begin to be able to see more choices inside of your mind and body. Many of these things are why it's powerful to have a support, a consistent support, which is what is offered in the private community. It's powerful to have that consistent support because when you come in contact with these things or you see things a little bit differently because of your current play and practice, you're able to ask the question immediately and get the answer as to what's going on so that you can continue to accelerate down the path of your individual growth and expansion versus being stuck for days, weeks, months. Not knowing the what's or whys and potentially even being nervous about the shifts and changes that have occurred, or moving into frustration because you're not sure if you're doing the right thing because what's happening now and what you're able to perceive now seems weird. Frustration holds you stuck. Any type of fear holds you stuck, can cause you to stagnate, can cause you to get caught in a loop of misunderstanding and frustration, which are all fear avenues. And you can get stuck in those places. Many do, many have. Truth of you and source. That's where you're going. So you can begin to play there now. Higher frequency yields truths born of that level of frequency. Alignment is alignment. The cleaner your vibration, meaning free of fear, the cleaner your vibration, the more holy your vibration, the more sacred your vibrational expression is to you. Can be a direct result, is a direct result, not of how you see the world, but of how you see you. So when you begin to hold yourself in these lights, it directly affects how you feel. And how you feel is synonymous with your vibrational state, which is also synonymous with alignment and that which you are, the types of experiences and people and things you are connected to in every next present moment. This is powerful stuff. But none of it's more powerful than you. Once you understand your truth, once you understand that you are standing at the center, at the core of your individual personal reality, of your individual personal experience. The only thing that is true and permanent and consistent in your life experience is you. And the higher you see yourself, the higher the frequency, the more beautiful the color of that which you come in contact with as experience. The faster you understand that, the faster you let go of your attachments to the physical plane, everything outside of you, the quicker you will move into the states of being consistent of that which is necessary for you to create the life that you actually desire. Because the life that you actually desire, that's in contrast to what you're experiencing now, feels way better than your current experience. And until you are able to, with a level of consistency, align with that feeling, there's distance between you and the experiences you actually desire. And that distance is, again, in the feeling that you are expressing, the vibration that you are expressing. We're thankful. We're thankful for those of you who have been on and supported us with your vibration in the creation of this interaction. We're thankful for those of you who have found this recording and allowed us to be of support in that manner. If you have questions, comments, or an idea that you were inspired to, that you would like for us to discuss for a few moments, place those in the chat, and we will take a few moments on those. Awesome. Let's see. I love being in that state. Just have to keep learning so that I can be more in that state. Sure. And it's not really learning. It's not really about learning. It's just about playing in that state. No matter how you get there, right? But we suggest, like we said, in your meditation, ask your inner being to take you to the truth of you in source and begin playing in that space. That space will give you, in that space, you will find the state of being. You will find the feeling. You will find the feeling of the presence of everything that you've ever felt like you needed, that you felt absent of. You will find that you feel its presence at that moment. And that's part of the key to manifestation, right? Feeling the feeling of the thing. But if you are entertaining something that you are intending or desiring to manifest, but you feel like you have to do something, or you feel like you're unworthy, then that is distance. But when you entertain the space of the truth of you in source, you feel. You can feel the presence of everything that you have ever desired. And that's key. Because if you can feel the presence of the thing, and you can interact with the thing in feeling, that means that there's no distance between you. And if there's no distance between you, then the materialization of an idea energy structure can occur much more freely in its perfect timing, because you're not offering any resistance to it. So there's nothing else, even beyond today, there's nothing you have to learn, right? That is space in between you expanding. I need to learn more. Right? This is the exact same thing we're talking about. If you believe there's anything necessary in order for you to move from point A to point B, that thing is creating space. No, tell yourself you are everything right now. You are the knowledge. You are the understanding. You are the expression. Entertain the truth of you in source and feel it. Feel that everything that you've ever desired in that space is actually present. Now, is that going to be your normal walking around space in the beginning? No. But the more you entertain that, which we've said before, the more you entertain the feeling of anything, you are conditioning your body to that state of being. Right? At this moment, you have been conditioned in a way. And on this path, you are reconditioning yourself to a higher vibrational state. Think about this. Newborns, children, they're in a higher vibrational state than most adults walking around on your plane right now. Because they haven't taken on all of the low vibrational ideas that you're carrying, the ones that you're aware of and the ones that you're not aware of, that are holding you in a low vibrational state, that are keeping you in frustration most of the time, with things happening outside of you and with yourself. Children don't have that until they're taught. So they're walking around in higher vibrational states than most adults, just having fun, just hanging out, just learning about this plane of existence that they're on. Oh, that's a shoe. Oh, this is a buggy in the store. How fun. Oh, these are the aisles in the store. Let's play in between the clothes. How fun. If you don't see kids playing in the store as fun, it's because of your conditioning. You could be playing right along with them in a high vibrational state and making other people smile as you do it. They're in a higher frequency than most adults. That's where you're trying to go back to. As many of your religious texts have said, the lightness of children, the emptiness, the freedom of children, inner, mental, and emotional. That's where you're working your way back to. That is a powerful state, as you will remember as you walk this path. But you don't have to learn anything. Begin to entertain that state of being and identify the feeling and play in that feeling as often as you can and begin to recondition the body and the mind to that state of being right now. And while you're doing that, expect that you are that right now. That causes the pull because you are the being that is housing all of these things. Make the decision that this is who and what you intend to be and expect it. Expect it. Expect it. Command it of yourself. That pulls it with greater strength. Have resolved that this is who I am. This is who I intend to be. That pulls it with greater strength. There's nothing out there stopping you. There's nothing between you and it. It's a state of being that you can claim. You have your conditioning, but claim the state of being. Go about the play and practice of releasing conflict that shows up and stay the course. Make it the priority. Nothing outside of you is the priority. This process, you knowing and claiming who you truly are, is the priority. Awesome. Let's see. I have been in that a few times and it was awesome. Why is it so challenging to get back there? It has to do with your conditioning. It's the conditioning. That's the challenge. That's all. That's the only challenge ever. Your conditioning is of low vibration, and that low vibration is the space, creates the space between you and the truth of you. But the truth of you is always there. The truth of you is who you are behind the conditioning. If you want to think in layers, this way or this way, the truth of you in source is what is behind the conditioning. This process is about identifying the truth of you now that you know. If you didn't know before today, now that you know, identifying the truth of you and then being excited about and thankful for the revealing of the resistance that shows up as you entertain this higher version of yourself that is actually you right now, and releasing that resistance. People get caught up in being frustrated of the resistance showing up. No, be excited about the resistance. Be excited about your awareness of the conflict, because that is a high vibrational state. Thank you. Now that I see this, Now that I see why I overeat. Now that I see why I get frustrated when my children ask me questions based on something that I asked them to do. Now I see why. And you release it. And it creates a little bit more space. A little bit more light is able to come through of the truth of you. Right? Remember when we talked about the feelings and the emotions and the ideas that one is spurred to when they're watching movies and watching your media. Those feelings and ideas are not being put within you. They are already there. So when you feel the feeling of that king or queen, it's igniting something that's already within you. When you feel the love for the child or the newborn, it's igniting a feeling that's already in you. It's not being put there. These things are already there. Now, if you don't feel those feelings with a level of consistency in your daily life, it's because of the conditioning. It's not that it's not there. It's that you have been conditioned otherwise. This is beautiful stuff. But a beautiful, excellent, brilliant, powerful version of you exists right now. You just have to start accessing it and claim it to be dominant. It changes everything. It changes your relationship, changes your business prospects. It changes your career prospects. It changes your ability to interact with strangers and travel and do all the things without fear, because you understand that alignment is alignment. It changes everything. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the comments. To be childlike is truly high vibrational. Absolutely. Just watch. Yeah. Just watch kids. And you find yourself, if you just watch them, you'll find yourself feeling better. Meaning you find yourself moving into a higher vibrational state. Just by watching them. Anytime you see beautiful, it moves you into a high vibrational state. When you see somebody hold the door for someone else and you know they're strangers, it makes you feel good. When you see children playing and laughing, it makes you feel good. When you see a family across the way in a restaurant laughing and enjoying themselves, it makes you feel good. When you hear somebody sing happy birthday in a restaurant, it makes you feel good. Benny, they took his older son out to eat a few weeks ago. His birthday was on September the 26th. They took him out to breakfast that weekend, that Saturday morning. And at the end, before they left, the waiter brought the son one of their dessert things that they make that was excellent. And they sang happy birthday in the biggest, the most beautiful fashion in that restaurant at their table. And people in the restaurant joined in. And they don't have any clue who these people are. They don't know Benny or anybody in his family from nothing. But the celebration of life was infectious. They didn't put the feeling into the strangers. It ignited the feeling in the strangers. And when you understand that, you understand how powerful you are and how powerfully you can affect your family, how powerfully you can affect your coworkers, how powerfully you can affect the strangers you meet at the store, at the gas station, how powerfully you can affect your world just by being still in meditation. It's all the same. That which you are offering consistently, beautifully, ignites that feeling inside of that which you come in contact with, from the people to the animals to the plants. Thank you for that comment. You spurred that. That's what we mean when we say your participation in the creation of this interaction. We wouldn't have had that without your comment. Thank you. Absolutely. That's called alignment. That's called we're connected even through this venue. This gentleman, or this person, says was just going to type infectious, literally, as it was spoken. Yes. Those of you who are participating in this interaction right now, we are connected vibrationally. We are one vibrationally, which is why that occurred. It happens all the time with Benny and his daughter. When they're in the car riding, they're talking and having fun, she will often say something right before he says the words, or he'll think something, or he'll think about a song and she'll say it, or she'll start singing it. It's because there's no space between him and her. And right now, those of you wholly connected and participated in this interaction, whether you have chatted or not, whether you have said anything or not, we are connected vibrationally. Oneness is the truth. Connectivity is the truth. Separation and discord is not the truth. And that's what you're experiencing right now. Thank you for that. Again, that part of this interaction wouldn't have been present if it wasn't for your comment. Each of you are participating in the creation of this interaction, and we are forever grateful for that. Anyone else? All right. If not, this has been fantastic once again. We are thankful for each of you who have participated and allowed us to be of support. We will be back tomorrow and present through Thursday of this week. If you are inspired, we look forward to seeing you then. We love you very much, and we will talk to you soon.